Rachel with Pink Greens, and today we're going to be making cashew creamer. But this isn't just any cashew creamer, it's like an over-the-top, delicious, decadent cashew creamer. I know I made it before, so this is kind of just bringing it up to the next level with just one little trick that I'll show you. So all you need is raw, unsalted cashews, unsweetened vanilla coconut milk. That's a jar, you need a jar. Some dates, cinnamon, vanilla extract, and then a dash of a little sea salt. So the trick with cashew creamer is anytime you make it, you want to soak the cashews the night before. And the trick with my extra delicious cashew creamer is that instead of soaking them in water, we're going to soak them with a bunch of flavors. So that brings me to the next step. What you want to do is the night before you're going to make the cashew creamer, you want to put all these things into the jar, and then the next morning is when you will rinse the cashews and blend it all up. So what we're going to do is add our cashews into the mason jar, just like they are. I usually go about halfway up, and then you're going to just kind of cover the cashews with coconut milk. And of course there is a little bit of waste with this recipe because you're going to get rid of this mixture, and the reason you get rid of it is because the nuts, as they soak, they release some toxins that you don't want to consume. So you're doing this to kind of plump them up and add moisture and flavor, and get rid of those toxins that they release also. So we have the coconut milk in there, and then we're just going to add couple dashes of cinnamon and a little bit of the vanilla extract also. So this is what makes it so good, because they actually soak up a little bit of this flavor. And then we're going to do some of that sea salt, and then put the lid on and just kind of shake it up so that it all disperses. Once you wake up in the morning and you've done this the night before, what you're going to do is take this jar, dump it out, and just kind of toss the cashews in a colander and rinse them off real quick. And then, so I've done that, and I have mine ready from last night that I made last night. They're right here. And then what we're going to do is kind of add the same ingredients back into the cashew creamer, and we'll just blend it right up together. So we have these cashews going in, and then we're going to, depending on how thick you want it, I like to make it pretty thick, and you'll see why later. But you can add as much or as little of the liquid as you want. I'm going to keep it just not too much right now because you can always add more. And then we're going to go a little bit more of the vanilla extract, about half a tablespoon, and the sea salt, and a couple dashes of the cinnamon. And then what you want to do is add, for this amount, probably about 3 dates to give it a little sweetness. So there's no added sugar besides the dates, which is always a good thing. And that's it. And then you just blend it up. So you do have to be a little bit patient on the blending with this one, because you really want to blend it well so that it gets that super creamy consistency. And once you take it off, it's going to look like this. It's going to be really thick, like it barely moves. And that's because I'm going to show you how to make ice cream with it. You could also, of course, use this as your creamer in your coffee or your iced coffee. It mixes really well. It tastes amazing. You can spoon it and just eat it plain. It's delicious. I try to avoid dairy whenever possible. I do sometimes still have it when it's really high quality, but this is a really good way to kind of have a dairy alternative. It's the best thing I've found. I'm really picky when it comes to my coffee, and I don't like kind of the almond milks that are too thin, so this is super rich and delicious. So it's ready to go, and what you can do is you can just kind of put this in a jar and pop it in your fridge for when you're ready for it. It's ready to go now. You can also put it in your freezer and make ice cream, which is what I'm going to do today. Okay, so I froze my cashew creamer in the freezer overnight, And then I just kind of take the lid off, and you want to just, I waited about 20 minutes, let it thaw a little bit, and then kind of just break it up with your spoon. And then top it with whatever you want. So I love berries. I also like what I have right here today. So cacao nibs, if you want some super, antioxidant packed raw chocolate. These are delicious on the ice cream that I made today. And they add a nice crunch. The other favorite that I have are these coconut chips. They're called Dang. So these are also really good to just kind of snack on. So good. So add some of those on there too. So what I love about this is not only is it dairy-free, added sugar-free, homemade, you don't need an ice cream maker to do it, and also you can top it with whatever you have in your house. I just happen to love using these because they have very minimal ingredients and they're super yummy. So thank you for watching. I hope you love it, and let me know what you think.